On episode 6 of Pilot Season Cartoon Edition, we journey into the beginning of a giant robot legend with Voltron. In this powerful opening episode, a team of young space explorers is thrown into danger when their mission turns into a fight for survival. Captured and caught in the middle of a growing threat, they are pulled into a conflict far greater than they ever imagined. As evil forces rise and the stakes grow higher, the path begins toward the creation of Voltron, the mighty defender that will become one of the most iconic symbols in cartoon history. It's a dramatic start filled with danger, teamwork, science fiction adventure, and the first sparks of a legendary battle between good and evil. This is Voltron. Space explorers captured. Welcome to Pilot Season, Cartoon Edition, the podcast where we go back to the very beginning and review the very first episodes of the cartoon shows that helped shape generations. Each episode, our panel dives into the pilot of a classic animated series, breaking down first impressions, unforgettable characters, iconic moments, and whether that very first episode still holds up today. In Season 1, we'll be covering legendary cartoons like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Robotech, Robot Chicken, Thundercats, Voltron, and more. From action-packed adventures to groundbreaking comedy, we're taking it all the way back to where these animated classics began. So get ready for nostalgia, opinions, deep dives, and a whole lot of cartoon talk. And now, here are your hosts, John, Alan, Kinte, Renee, and Jen.
Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Pilot Season Cartoon Edition. I am your host, Kinte, all the way live from Los Angeles, California. I am so happy to be here, and I am so happy to be joined by my motley crew. Let's introduce them. All right, so we are going to start off. You know what? We're going to start off with the one, the only Renee. How you doing, Renee?
Hey, everyone. Good, Kinte, how are you?
I am excellent, and I am happy to be here.
Me too. Thanks for having me again.
All right. Joining us, the man from Hawaii, but is in Hollywood, is the one and only Alan Carter. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Excellent, and I'm happy to be here. All right, this brother, he's in California somewhere that I've never heard of until he moved there. We were actually with each other this past weekend for Mother's Day, spending it with our mothers. It's the one and only John. How you doing?
What's going on? How you guys doing? And it's Lakeport, California. It's part of Lake County. Yeah, yes. Lake County, Northern California, super north. The easiest thing I can say is 2 hours north from the Bay, 2 hours northwest of Sacramento, 2.5 to 3 hours northwest of San Francisco. So if you're in SoCal, very far.
Yes. It was a full trek to get there. And I mean, to come here from there and vice versa, yes. But I'm glad you were joining us.
That's a whole nice story. We get into that.
Mm-hmm. And then last, but definitely not least, this young lady is in paradise right now on her special island in the sun. It's the one and only Jen.
Did you know that they actually shot part of Love Island here on Maui? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
they did. Isn't that funny?
That is funny. Were you on that?
Were you on there?
I haven't had Love in like a really long time, so no, I was not part of Love Island.
Wow.
Yeah, that's okay though.
You know what the Beatles say? All you need is love.
Actually, I'm gonna rewrite that and say all you need is a good plate lunch.
Oh,
okay. All right. So before we get into our episode, I want to remind everybody about our leaderboard. If I can find that thing later. Oh, there. All right. So far, we've reviewed He-Man, Robotech, Afro Samurai, Thundercats, and Robot Chicken. And in the lead is Afro Samurai at 37.9. Robot Chicken, number 2, 36.8. And number 3 is Robotech, 33. And He-Man is next. And the end is Thundercats. Oh no, Thundercats.
Oh,
Oh yeah. So we'll see.
Much
We'll see how.
deserved.
Yeah. Oh no, I think someone might be beating Thundercats this week. Uh,
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be the bottom much longer.
I think you're right.
And
Oh, yeah,
it ain't going to be Futurama. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not be wrong.
So, I'm just going to go out on a limb on that one. But hey, I could be wrong. I don't
You
think.
may be wrong. Or maybe slight chance.
All right. So tonight we're going to be reviewing the pilot episode on our episode 6 of pilot season cartoon edition. The episode we're going to be talking about is, the show we're going to talk about is Voltron. Space Explorers Captured. So I have a little video. It's like kind of a brief history about Voltron to get the conversation started. So here we go.
Sure. Here's the revised brief production history of Voltron with a cast list included. Defender of the Universe was launched for American television in 1984 by World Events Productions. Rather than being animated entirely from scratch in the US, the series was created by adapting Japanese anime for American syndication. The best-known Lion Force Voltron episodes were adapted from Beast King Go Lion, while the later Vehicle Team Voltron episodes came from Armored Fleet Dayrugger XV World Events Productions. Re-edited the footage, rewrote dialogue, changed character names, and built both sources into one American franchise under the Voltron name. The series became a major part of the 1980s action cartoon boom, with the Lion Team becoming the most popular version and the one most closely associated with the brand. Main cast and who they played: Peter Cullen, narrator Corin, King Alpha, Michael Bell, Lance, Neil Ross, Keith, Pidge, PJ Ward, Princess Allura, Haga, Jack Angel, King Zarkon, Commander Urak, Lenny Weinrib, Hunk.
All right. Okay, so much like Robotech, this was a Japanese animation. I don't think they called it anime back then. And that was repackaged, repurposed for an American audience. Now, when I was a kid, Voltron was super huge. I watched it all the time. As they said in the brief history, that the Lion version, the one that we're going to be talking about, the one that we watched, was the most popular one. They had the ones with the vehicles, but this one was the one, and it was huge. It was huge. And all of us kids loved it. We always wanted the toys. And so when we rewatched this one, I was excited because, I just remember having this nostalgia for the show, who I probably haven't seen since the 80s. And, I don't know that it held up. So let's start off.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start off with you, John, since you what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I was half asleep when I was watching it, and then but then I was like, okay, I gotta get up for the show, and I started watching. It was like, man, wasn't worth waking up for. Like, this man. Here we go again with one of these dubs that are garbage. Voice acting was atrocious. Like it's man, I'm like, oh, dude, this, ooh. Certain things show their age, but one thing I could say is you can see the influence on certain art direction,
Mm-hmm.
and like where Dragon Ball Z comes from. Because one of the, I guess, the bad guy dude, I forgot the names, man. I was paying attention, but then it was like, huh? It was interesting. It was almost like I was watching the continuation of something. The way that show started, it was a little weird. Like I had to be like, am I watching the first episode? you know, and I was like, okay, I am watching the first episode. That's just the way they told the story, and the way that they just introduced stuff. But anyway, so the bad guy, whatever his name is, he kind of looks like Piccolo, and I think they call it Jamaican race
Zarkon
or whatever. Yeah, there it is. So I forget which one was. I think this was first. The original Dragon Ball came in like '88 or something. But so you can definitely tell. I don't know what the art
and
direction
Power Rangers
was,
as well.
yeah, definitely. So and then you can see where okay, this is where a lot of that early anime was got influence from. So you get that part, but that's about it. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I was saying that the name Zarkon sounds like it sounds like some medicine that has a lot of bad side effects.
Dang.
It's like you could just picture the commercial where they are warning you about all the side effects when you take Zarkon.
Yeah, I know you can't trust nothing that start with a Z.
Wow.
Except for my last name, Campbell. Thank you.
I know, right? What about Catherine Zeta-Jones? Is that okay?
No.
Now,
All
for
right.
everybody who got Z in their name, I'm specifically referring to medicinal products.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So, all right, we'll go to you, Alan. What did you think about this first episode?
I mean, overall, I mean, I do agree with John. Just, I mean, the voice acting, the characters. I mean, what really kept me going was the story, because I remembered, and I'll say, like, I was very late to the game with Voltron. I know, like, it came around '84. I probably wasn't watching cartoons until probably like mid '80s. I didn't see it actually until '92. That's like when our cable company like had it. Like they were airing like reruns, I think, on USA Network, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, even then it was like, oh, that was like really interesting. Even though I think at that point I had seen like a lot of other cartoons that did something similar about 5 characters coming together, you know, with one big power, but it was still with that, and just the theme. I mean, the theme is still really awesome. Like, even watching it, like I was like still getting pumped up. So, I mean, overall, like characters are fine. It was really just a story, just just getting to see Voltron again. I mean, I think that was exciting enough. Seeing the villain Zarkon, it was pretty cool. I think because a lot of the characters were in at least that first episode.
Right.
That was good. So, it wasn't like fantastic, but the story was like, hey, I want to see more, which I actually saw like the next episode, just so I could kind of see Voltron come together. So I thought it was okay. Basically, but the story was like the best part.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't enough Voltron action in it. That maybe it would have. I get it. That, I feel like you want to do that in a pilot, but it is what it is. All right. So what about you, Renee? I know you watched it 3 times, right?
4 after today. The first 3, I fell asleep at the same place halfway through. Sure. I'm like John. I was like, "What happened? What?" When I fell asleep, I said, "I'll watch it again." But I think, and then for me, it was like, I think it introduced like way too many characters because I couldn't tell you one person's name. It was just like too many at one time for me. And then you're just like, okay, what's going on? It just seemed like it just moved the episode along, but the action it wasn't like one thing they're doing. I think it was just too much going on for me. So. But I won't give away my rating, how much I loved it.
Okay.
That sound like that sound convincing.
Very convincing. I believe you.
And this was my first time watching. I remember when it came out, but I never watched it before, so this was my first time.
Oh, it came out? I didn't know it.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was my first time watching.
All right.
Watching.
So what about you, Jed? What was your? Did it hold up to all those years?
No. I was so sad I guess is maybe the best way to say it, because I had in my mind, I think nostalgia me remembers it being way more exciting and way more dynamic than it actually was. And I mean, like, there were moments in the pilot this time when I was just. I actively found myself. I know we did a little of this pre-show, but I actively found myself mocking all of the ridiculousness in it, and it wasn't. I didn't mean to, like, I'm not. Usually I'm extremely not biased when it comes to storytelling. Like, it is what it is, but I couldn't help it. I mean, lightning bolts in space and things that are just like scientifically not just impossible, but like so implausible. And I get it, it's just for cartoon visual effects, but it drives me crazy to see how little extra effort they put into this. And
are you saying that Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't agree with the logic in this?
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you asked him to break this down, would hand it back to you and say, you owe me $15.
You know what's funny? Later in our next episode, we're going to talk about Futurama. And but in both of these episodes, you have a bender. Basically,
yeah, that's right.
Someone who bends the bars to escape. Right. So, which I think that's so funny. Like, bad guys, villains, they have the worst jails, I swear. They're like horrible. Like, I mean, geez. I mean, it's so easy to escape. I mean, they're like, oh, first they're just laying there kicking it. And then it goes, you know what? I can jump up to the window and then I can put out a rope. And then, oh, homie can bend the bars. Yeah. And then when he goes out there, he's a pilot, a space pilot, and he's afraid of heights. It's like, I thought that was pretty funny. The voices, though, atrocious.
pure goofy.
When the characters are their own Deus Ex Machina, that's a problem.
Dang.
I mean, the characters are they're their own, which is just bizarre. It's such a bizarre way to start out the story. I will say that I think later episodes of Voltron actually get better. I know we're just talking about pilot, but honestly, the series I think does get better, and I think it's when they move away from the original story, which is sad because we're doing pilot season. So
yeah, I mean, that's why it's called the pilot, right? Like, and even is just supposed to blast off, or when you think of pilot light, it starts the ignition sequence. So it's like, if you can't do it in the pilot, then your show is junk. It's like it's not going to survive, right? Kinte
it did.
Well, it did survive, right? You're right, it did survive, but for its time, that's all y'all had. Right? It was like probably cutting edge and all that, introducing America to anime. Yeah, people don't. Yeah. We did not have Death Note, Afro Samurai, and Cowboy Bebop, and stuff like that. You didn't have that yet. So, I get it. So for its time, that makes sense.
It just didn't hold up, I think, to the test of time. It just some shows. And, to be fair, a lot of the shows that we're watching right now have extreme decade difference. So, we're looking at like the forefront of animation for the time, but for the time is really critical to kind of keep an eye on, because no, it wasn't good, but we had very little by way of CG. We had very little by way of anything other than sort of, the hand-drawn mechanics, and it shows. It shows. It shows in repetitious backgrounds. It shows in, sort of that traveling mat idea and all that kind of stuff. So it's not. It's sort of unfair to compare, Futurama, like we're going to go into, and that. But overall, just as it stands on its own, dude, Voltron just didn't. I'm just sad for nostalgic little me because I loved that show.
I loved it too.
And
as a
that's why
child, yeah.
nostalgia is an illusion, right? Because you're going off of a past version of yourself that you probably don't even remember. So you're only looking at the positive memories of it and not really the reality of it, right? So now we look back and be like, man, what was I thinking? And it's okay because it's like, yeah, that was younger you're in a different mind state, but yeah. But then also real quick, and I'll keep it short, I have to realize, I said for its time, but there was a lot of stuff for its time that was amazing. Tom and Jerry still holds up. And that's 50s. But I get it. That's a whole other process. Like that was traditional animation with a huge team behind it. But it's still the same with Voltron, right? But like, right? So it goes.
Yeah, but
is it really for you get what I'm saying?
But then again, we're judging obviously this show is pilot season. I'm gonna assume the show gets like Jen said, the show gets way better as it goes.
It does.
So
it does.
So I'll give it. I'll say that, but based on what we're just watching, it was strikingly not great. But I did enjoy the fight scene where they're fighting all the people about midway through, and the karate and all of that stuff. That was pretty cool.
I like those sound effects. Yeah.
Oh, I know they were.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. But I have great news for you guys, Voltron fans, that there's a live action movie coming out next year.
Yeah,
starring
that's
Henry
exciting.
Cavill. And they finished shooting, so
yeah. I'm excited about that. I think it's actually going to be good.
Yeah. So if you have an IP that you want to be kind of successful, you hire Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill as the Roadrunner.
Yeah. If you want a mid Superman, Henry Cavill. If you want a mid Witcher,
you said that.
If you want a mid Witcher, he's your guy.
No, he's not.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait a
minute.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Witcher, hold on, wait a minute.
Fabulous Witcher.
Yeah, Witcher.
When I say
that's
mid,
my thing.
I'm talking about mid successful.
There we go. At least the first two seasons of The Witcher was incredible.
What's The Witcher?
But I like Man of Steel.
It's a video game, Renee.
I like the movie Man of Steel, but it was not that successful. It was like it did okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not franchise Viagra like some other people.
Yeah.
No.
It did.
And
it had potential too.
And also, whatever they do with Voltron, the movie, I assume that they'll take the best parts, which, like I just said, some of the best parts of the show are still sort of to come in seasons past where we are. And I'm assuming that they will grab a little bit about the origin, but my hope is that they really kind of pull from some of those better stories in the middle. I hope so.
Let me add real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So when you guys said that, right? Of course, I'm only judging this based off the pilot. In my head, my sister, as you know, Nia, she would say, I forgot something came out and it was a remake or something. And she would go, nobody asked for that. Or she would say, who asked for that? Mm-hmm. So I guess I can ask you fans, did y'all ask for this? Or it just sounds like Hollywood being Hollywood. They'll have anything else and they just grasping at straws and hoping something to stick. It's like taking a handful of darts and throwing at a dartboard and hoping you get a bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
I think diehard I'm talking
fans,
trash, but yeah.
I think diehard fans of Voltron really wanted, we've always wanted a movie version of Voltron, and then like I've thought of that over the years, because I remember Voltron being so great, so I always kind of wanted. Oh man, that'd be so cool, right? They did like I wanted Thundercats. I wanted all of these.
Yeah.
But I mean, do I Am I that confident it's going to be actually good? Maybe not.
So wait. Will a live action version of Thundercats be better than the live action version of the Cats movie?
Oh, hell yeah.
Anything's better than that, huh?
Oh my God. Or they could do, what they could do is kind of do like a mixture of both.
With the what is it, the uncanny valley humanoid faces in there that makes everybody uncomfortable.
It made you uncomfortable? I thought it was great. What is that noise in the background?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is somebody in a street fight?
Yeah. But
Wherever John is.
oh, okay. But no, I'm just
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. Yeah, I think that nobody, I wouldn't say nobody asked for it. There's people definitely that ask for it, but sometimes we don't know what we want. Really, we think we want certain things. Doesn't mean that it's what we should have, or you know what I mean. So I don't know.
I mean, I think this is true. Not to veer too far off topic, but I think this is true about a lot of the sort of nostalgia stuff, especially the stuff that we're watching. The IP itself, it can be really good, but as we have just been saying, it doesn't always hold up to the test of time, and sometimes reinventing it can be a good thing. And I just sort of along the same lines, when I went to go see Mortal Kombat last week, it was great. I mean, I really, really, really liked it. And
oh yeah, that was dope. That movie was incredible.
And it doesn't, I mean, that's an IP that is same thing. Nobody asked for a new Mortal Kombat movie, but they made it and it works really well. In the same line as a lot of and this is big right now, a lot of the video games getting movie takes done from them. We've got Iron Lung, we've got Exit 8, we've got Backrooms, we've got a whole bunch of things now that are
the Mario movies, Sonic movies, right?
Well, right. Those are the big names, but the even small indie productions, Backrooms was nothing. And it all of a sudden has an amazing amount. So I guess the point is, look, we don't know where any of these things are going to go, but we know that at least for poor Voltron, it started out without very much, and it gained steam over time, for sure. So you never know where these things are going to go, I guess.
I can say if I had seen that intro you did of the history of Voltron and then watch, I would have liked it better just because I thought that part was cool. And I was dancing to the little rap thing that he was doing at the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would have made my score go up. Or played it at the end of me watching it, then I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. So all right, so we are at the point of the show where we're going to actually give our scores. So I think we'll start off with let's start off with you, Jen. What would you give it?
I mean, again, I was just so sad with the nostalgia, so forgive me, Voltron, but I'm going to give this a 6.0.
Oh, 6. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's it wasn't so bad that it was unwatchable. It just didn't hold up to my expectations.
It definitely didn't hold up. That's right.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
All right. What about you, John? What would you give it?
So yeah, you know what? I don't know. I'm thinking really I'm gonna have to go with 5.5. It was garbage. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, I'm not coming from a point of nostalgia. So I'm just looking at it as it is from my taste and preference. So that's what I have to give it.
All right. We didn't create it, so you can say whatever you want.
Like getting paid. These are not. These are. It
ain't like they my cousins or something, Like, all right. So, what about you, Alan? What would you give it?
Okay, I'm actually gonna go just slightly higher. I will say 7 because I did like the story that kept me interested, even though everything else about it wasn't as interesting. The story was kind of enough. So yeah, just 7 for me. I mean, as weird as some things were, it's just like, oh, even though you you got to kind of see a little bit of Voltron toward the end. I mean, that was kind of enough for me. There might have been a little bit of nostalgia, even though I have not really seen it since I first saw it, which was later, like, early in the 90s. As watching it, that kind of came back, but I could still kind of separate, what about the characters was not interesting, and then what about the story was like, oh, just getting to Voltron, seeing that again. So I really think that evened out. So 7 for me.
Nice.
All right, 7. All right. And what about you, Renee?
I would say because of the sound effects during that fighting scene and the guy who was sitting there yawning, I just liked how he yawned. I might do that sometime. And just the fact that it is an animation and, I'm interested in animation. I give it a 4.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I had to
Okay.
build
thought
up
I was
to
hard. A build up to
I
a
want you to get
to a
excited.
gunshot wound. That's like hyping up somebody's last walk.
You did a great job showing up.
You get something for participation trophy.
This one would get a participation trophy from me. And I don't like to give those out.
That's so funny.
Wow. That is so funny. Wow. Wait a minute. Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, let me start over.
Wow. Okay. Well, I have to also say that I grew up loving this show. I grew up as a small child, loving Voltron, and I have to admit that it didn't hold up to what I remembered it or thought I remembered, or you know what I'm saying. So, which like I said, maybe I need to see more. But we're only doing, this is just the pilot season. It's not the whole season, or the whole run, So I'm going to give my score we're going to give it a 6. So, yeah, I thought it was, the first half, the way the first half was going, it was going to get like a lot lower than that. But then I kind of enjoyed it, like when it was wrapping up. So it kind of saved it. But I wish there was a little more Voltron in there, because I just remember those scenes being so cool. So, but hey, it is what it is. So, all right. So let's look at the leaderboard. That's the new leaderboard. And
it made it more interesting when we watched it together, though.
Yeah, it was way better
together. So,
all right. So, Thundercats
are. That's because of me.
Thundercats is no longer the bottom show. It's actually Voltron, which I would have never thought going into this. Just that Voltron would score so low. It's funny. Transformers came out the same year. Interesting, but yeah. So it is what it is. All right. So let's start off with John. What can we expect out of you coming up? You're on mute.
Well, yeah, like I guess like I'm saying every episode. Actually, I'll start new. Last week I talked about an app I was working on, and I'm still developing it. But actually, the new thing, and actually it's a change in direction for my company. Not a change in direction, it's just a more clarifying thing of what we do. And it wasn't just the app that's significant, it was the workflow of how the app was developed. So it's a specific AI integrated workflow that I kind of developed with the help of AI that has a specific name. And that right there is, I've actually already tested it. That same workflow, I was able to talk to a friend, get his calibrate with my AI and his AI to get his AI to follow the same workflow so he can make apps easy. So actually, there's a whole system that I would be developing, and I'll probably put out a white paper or something like that that will help other users integrate AI with their workflow, app development, and things like that.
Why white
And
paper? Why not a black paper? Racist.
oh, yeah, racist. That's the way it is. You know,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
yeah. So that's what I'll be doing, and yeah, actually, the new I used to say Eyesight Productions was a multimedia company, but really now it's a AI integrated media and workflow system company.
Okay.
That's what it is now. I just came up with that. So there's a lot of things coming out with that that's still being worked on, but it's a whole system integration thing that I'll be, providing services for other businesses and things like that. And all that's getting started. So that's what I'm working on, and that's what's coming out. And I'm actually already testing it and working on it in the field.
You know what's funny? You know how you can tell I'm terrible with using AI because I used AI to do the brief history, and I don't know if you guys caught it. That when I had the AI
It says
recorded.
sure or something like that.
Yeah, is it sure?
Yeah.
Here's the revised brief history.
But it went with what you said right before you turned it on because you said, should we start there or something? It said sure.
I know. I don't know. That's like copying on someone's page in school, but then you actually put their name instead
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So yeah.
Exactly, and that's where I'll come in, and we come in, and actually, since AI is right now, we're still on the frontier of what AI is, and people are still figuring out how to use it.
Mhm.
Even the people that develop it, they just developing and making it better, but some of them don't even realize exactly how to use it. So us power users, not to toot my own term, but I am considered a power user. But it just is what it is. But we we have to just break it apart and figure out how to use it. And it depends on the individual. Like I always say, it's the tool. It's kind of like a laser. That's one of the most um precise tools that we have. It can mend, it can sense, it can burn, it can cut, it can do a lot of things, but it's extremely precise, and it depends on the user and the operator. That's what AI is. So it's just helping people get that until we figure it out. But that's the whole beauty of this. We're all figuring this stuff out together. So yeah.
All right. Cool. Renee, what can we expect out of you?
Yes. Well, of course, I'm working on, Buzzy, what else I can do with Buzzy. But I wrote this new short story. It's about a cat and a dog, Mila and Bamba, and the squirrel that tries to take Mila away from Bamba, his best friend. So I think I may turn that may be my next children's book because I really like how it turned out.
All
So yeah.
right. Looking forward to that. I
So
know
we'll
it'll be
see what
great.
I
Nice.
thank you.
It'll be great. All right, Mr. Carter.
So
Alan is related to Jay-Z and Lil Wayne.
Nice. We need
Tell
them
them to buy
tickets.
your comic books.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
no, I will. Oh, so this Saturday, I have another show that I'll have a table at. It's called Anacon. It's at Anaheim Central Library, Saturday, May 16th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to have my Damn Tour series, my Figure Speech Mongoose series, and some live Mongoose Monday games for everyone. It's a nice, free
Nice.
free to attend for people. There's going to be food trucks. They're gonna have a a parking lot shuttle for attendees. They're gonna have panels. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, how
Also,
much is the entry
I'm
price?
of course working on my Cosmos Force finale, my big sci-fi finale,
What's the entry price to get in?
and it's absolutely free to get.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay, so I don't have to pretend like I'm media.
Yeah. We'll come in with the press pass. Free is the best price.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Jen, what can we expect out of you?
I just wanted to mention the follow up to the whole, AI is going to take over the universe. Happily, Hollywood has said zero AI, either script or performance, is eligible for any Oscar on
Oh
any
wow.
level. So that is actually really encouraging, and I hope that they stick to that, because what is Hollywood without the people who actually create the art? It's nothing.
But you still are eligible for an AVN award if you use AI to make those scripts.
Yeah. Sad, huh?
Well, if I could add real quick to what you're saying, Jen, and I'll say this. I understand where people are coming from. I like to say this. We have to remember that our fear, whatever we have of AI is coming from movies like Terminator, 2001: The Space Odyssey, and things like that. And that's human. That's we're taking human, our emotions and fears and putting it on the machine. AI does not care.
At some point off the air, we should have this discussion. But honestly, there's a lot more to this. This is like super deep on a very not podcast level about pilot season, but
right, I know.
I'm just really
that's a whole other
excited.
thing.
This
But
segment so we're going really over on this segment. But go ahead.
Okay, it's just I understand where people are coming from. It's just I would say, look, the best I can say is don't let AI replace your workflows, especially with the creative. As at least what I do is a hybrid AI human system. That's the only way it could work, and that's what I can tell people. And people take it or leave it. It is what it is, but it's definitely here to stay, and it's not going to.
That's for sure.
So we have Wednesday. We have Wednesday. We have Sunday, an all new episode of Talking From, where I hope we're really excited about what's going to happen on the next podcast. And if I could just sort of mention that there's a really good new show out, which I didn't get a chance to say on this show. There is a great show on Apple TV right now called Widow's Bay, and the pilot for that is actually really good. The show, if you like these old school ideas, is also really good. So take a look at that. It's actually really excellent.
It was funny when I say Talking From, it sounds like each episode we're going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I get that on the all the time.
It's pretty good.
It's going to be like, all right, we're in Dubai this week. We're talking from
change the green screen. Nobody would know.
And then we're like
talking from the Burj Khalifa.
One episode, I'm talking from prison. I'm hiding.
We'll put you next to the scarecrow.
I'm hiding for the gangs I owe 3 milks to.
Wow. You can give me at Kinte Ferguson on Instagram, and stay tuned for our next episode. We'll catch you. Peace.
Adios, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Thanks for listening to Pilot Season Cartoon Edition, where we go back to the beginning and revisit the first episodes that launched some of animation's most memorable shows. Be sure to join us for episode 7, airing May 13, 2026, when we take a look at Futurama and its pilot episode, Space Pilot 3000. In this opening episode, Philip J. Fry, a pizza delivery guy in 1999, is accidentally frozen on New Year's Eve and wakes up 1,000 years later in the year 3000, thrown into a strange new future filled with robots, aliens, and wild technology. Fry soon meets Leela and Bender, and before long he finds himself pulled into a brand new life of interplanetary delivery adventures. The episode sets up the world, the humor, and the heart that would make Futurama a fan favorite. It's a smart, funny, and unforgettable beginning that introduces a future world full of satire, sci-fi chaos, and instantly memorable characters. So don't miss episode 7 of Pilot Season Cartoon Edition. Until next time, keep watching those first episodes, keep celebrating cartoon history, and keep it locked right here on Pilot Season Cartoon Edition. Presented by Indy Radio.